Let's take a look at a way you might want to try to move some of the content from your Blackboard course into a Canvas course. There is an import tool in Canvas for importing Blackboard courses, but since they are entirely two different LMS systems, some things won't import and you may have a problem importing other things. Here's what I found that worked fairly well for me. First, it is possible to export a package out of Blackboard and import it into Canvas. I found it easier to move parts of my course in 2 steps. I found that tests, surveys, and pools, and discussion board posts move fairly well. I do have some tests, a survey, and a pool available. There are a couple of question types that won't import since they don't exist in Canvas. Hotspots and either/or questions will just import as text. These questions will need to be recreated in another question format. And all questions will still need to be checked for working links, images, feedback, and point values. Discussion board forums seem to copy over quite well too. Getting these two areas moved over could save me a lot of time. We'll take a look at moving content over in another video. Let's take a look at some of my tests again. I'm experimenting here with 3 different tests. One of my tests is pulling in 3 random questions from a pool that I've created. So I do have a pool. I also have included a survey. There are a few images included. I'll have to make sure that these images are included when I export and import them into Canvas. I'll start by going to Export Course. I'll select Copy Links and include copies of files outside of the course to make sure everything gets copied over. I'll select Discussion Board and my test surveys and pools. I'll click Submit and I'll wait for my export file to be created. You don't want to open the zip file as it will make it unusable, so I'm going to right-click and save it to my desktop. In my Canvas course, right now I just have an empty course shell. There's nothing in my course quiz area, and there's nothing in my discussion area. So to import these things, I'll go to Settings. I'll select Import Content into this course. I'll select the Blackboard 6789 export zip file and find that zip file on my desktop. I'll select all content and leave the rest of the defaults, and I'll select Import. Now I just need to wait for the import to finish. There were 2 issues, and these have to do with my questions being hotspots. Let's take a look at the questions and discussion board topics that got imported. In my discussions, I did get my main discussion board forums to import. And let's take a look at the quizzes. It appears that my survey and quizzes all imported. Let's take a look at one of these quizzes. I'll go into my question, and it looks like my picture did import. Let's take a look at the question. And it looks like everything imported okay. I still need to go through to make sure all my questions are proper and the feedback is correct. Let's go back and look at that test that pulls in random questions. I'll do a preview on that. It does look like the 3 random questions are coming in from my pool. And surveys are stored along with tests. Question pools are called question banks in Canvas. The question bank resides here. There is the pool of questions that I originally pulled in. Canvas considers all tests could be possible question pools, so all my tests and quizzes are listed here, including the survey. So now I have my discussions in here that I just need to check or edit, and I also have my quizzes. These quizzes have not been deployed yet, so they just need to be published into a content area. While this procedure worked fairly well for this class for me, it may not work as well for one of your courses. It's always an option to start from scratch in Canvas. Another possibility is I can reset the course if I don't like what happened here. Under Settings, I can select Reset Course Content. This will take my course back to the way it was before with an empty shell. This will allow me to try a couple other options to see if they work even better.